Call the Wheat Ridge Planning Commission for November 18th, 2010 to order and ask for a roll call of the members.
Ann Brinkman.
Present.
Helen Buckham.
Present.
Mark Baker is absent. John Dwyer is absent. Dick Matthews.
Here.
George Pond.
Present.
Steve Timms is absent. And Scott Holm.
Present.
The next order of the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the order of the agenda?
I move to approve the order of the agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for the vote.
The motion passes 5-0.
Is there a motion for approval of the minutes of the November 4th meeting?
I move to approve the minutes of the November 4th meeting with a comment that, Ann, once again, you make me sound much better than I myself sound. I'm very impressed by what I said.
I just take it verbatim, Ann.
Oh, I don't think so.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for the vote. Minute.
And that motion passes with Commissioner Ohm abstaining.
This is the time for the public forum for any member of the public to speak on anything that is not on the agenda. I do not see anyone out there to speak. And Meredith, has anyone signed up? There is no one signed up, so that would conclude the public forum. We can go straight into the public hearing for case number WPA-10-01, a resolution adopting an addendum 3-mile plan to the City of Wheat Ridge Comprehensive Plan, and open the public hearing.
Okay, Sally Payne with the Community Development Department. What you have before you is the 3-mile plan for 2010. The Colorado revised statutes require that municipalities adopt a plan going out to a maximum of 3 miles on an annual basis that in a general way outlines how the lands might be used if adjacent to their boundaries if the land were to be annexed. Since Wheat Ridge is surrounded by 3 jurisdictions on 3 sides, really the only way we can look is to the west. So the future land use map that you have in the plan on page 5 basically is just looking at the land to the west of the city's current boundaries. And the proposed uses in those areas are light industrial north of basically 58th to be consistent with the industrial park. Open space, as is the current Applewood Golf Course, and then single family along 32nd Avenue. The last time this was adopted was December of last year. In the last year, there have been no annexations or changes to the comprehensive plan. So this document is the same document that was adopted last year. But like I said, the state statutes require that it be adopted on an annual basis. Let's see, historically, it's gone on to City Council. The statutes actually say that the Planning Commission can adopt the plan. So based on that and advice from the City Attorney, we are asking Planning Commission to adopt the plan and not forward it on to City Council this time. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I have one question actually about that illustration on page 5. So the area that you were referring to as light industrial is actually called employment on this map? Is that consistent?
Yes, I'm sorry.
So is that consistent with the comprehensive plan language, or, I mean,
Yes,
are they interchangeable?
Yes, actually, it is. I'm sorry. I misspoke on that. It is employment. And when we adopted the comp plan last year, and I think this is noted on page 4, we actually revised the language in the 3-mile plan to be consistent with the comp plan. So that is,
So it is consistent?
yes.
And then the only other question, and forgive me if this is already included in here or maybe in other information, but I'm just curious to know a little bit more about the Longs Peak Metropolitan District. It sounds like it does exist, or it's going to exist, and I guess I'm just interested to have a little more background on that.
Okay, just one second. Let me refresh my memory here.
And I could probably interject some of that.
Okay.
Longs Peak Metro District is actually an organization that covers primarily that new annexation area, the Cabela's and Coors properties that we recently annexed. We did take one annexation through. I think it ended. I think we got completed in the December of 2009, which annexed all of the right-of-way for whatever improvements have to happen to Cabela's. And George, you weren't on the commission then, but it include all the right-of-way for Cabela Drive, the new interchange location, and then 44th Avenue, essentially from, I think it's Holman, all the way over to the new city, the city limit line. So they are actually an entity. I don't know if that helped.
That was actually more information than I would have at this point, so thank you.
Any other questions?
I've got just one quick question just for clarification regarding the trails discussed on page 13 and referenced on map 4 on page 12. I notice on the map there's a black dotted line leading up from 32nd just west of I-70 there with an arrow headed to the north designating potential trail connection to Clear Creek Trail. I'm assuming the reason there's just an arrow there and not a specific trail laid out is because the trail location would be determined at a later time dependent upon maybe environmental impact and other roadways and so forth.
Right, and with the the development of the proposed Cabela's site, I think that would be laid out. And I don't know, Meredith, if the trails, or is trails something that's indicated on the current plans, or do you remember right off?
I think in some areas it's a multi-use path, like a wider 8-foot wide walk. And then I think there might be a trail connection, kind of depending on what, the layout is changing a little bit, so it kind of depends on what that looks like. But obviously we want to get those close up to the green belt, so that will be accommodated.
And we don't know if there's going to be additional equestrian or pedestrian unpaved trails in addition to a multi-use trail at this point, or? Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I'm not certain either.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? Was there a proposed motion in the packet?
Actually, there isn't. I apologize. You have the resolution there, but it would basically be, as at the top of the resolution itself, a resolution adopting amendment to the Wheat Ridge Comprehensive Plan, the 3-mile plan.
Okay. Is there a motion? It'll be fine, yeah.
I move to approve a resolution concerning adoption of an amendment to the Wheat Ridge Comprehensive Plan of the 3-mile plan.
Is there a second?
I think
Do you
that's,
need reasons?
no, I think that's all that's needed. So recall from previous.
Is there a second?
Second.
Or is there any discussion? Okay, if you can lodge your vote.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is a study session on artificial turf. Are there any items that we should discuss under other items that anybody wanted to bring forward to the Planning Commission before we turn off the TV and go into study session?
I do have one item, and that is, we really don't have any discussion items or public hearings for the December 2nd meeting, so staff would suggest we make a motion to cancel that. And then the next regularly scheduled meeting, I think, is December 16th. So,
I will not be here for the December 2nd meeting, so feel free to hold it in my absence.
Thanks.
Are there any other questions?
I move to cancel the December 2nd, 2010 Wheat Ridge Planning Commission meeting.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? Please lodge your vote. Is there a motion to adjourn into study session?
I move to adjourn into study session.
Second.
Is there any discussion? I call for the vote.
And that motion passes 5-0.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. We are ready for artificial turf.
okay, well.